So this is Nixie Pixel. She runs a YouTube channel, and she was the first to bring Linux to the Discovery Channel as a show host. Prior to that, she was on a Tech TV and G4 TV. My bad. And she has been educating about security on YouTube for 10 years now. A lot of you might know her channel. It's a very great channel. And she gave a keynote speech on privacy in Wuhan, China, surprisingly, and not ironically either. In 2017, she created her own open source community, Geek Beacon, a fellowship of geeks that share their open source values and dedication towards social good. And they're kicking off an open geek culture festival in Q3 of 2021. We're actually partnered with Geek Beacon in our Discord community. So we try to do things together when we can, and it's awesome. This is Tom. He's from switchedtolinux, and he's a privacy advocate who runs switchedtolinux on the heels of Windows 10 data collection and a growing awareness of digital spying. He seeks to bring awareness to the ways companies spy on people. We've done a lot of collaborating in the past between our YouTube channels. He does a lot of live streaming oriented content, and it's fantastic where you get to directly interact with him. Love your channel, Tom. Thanks for coming on. It really means a lot to me. This is Nick. He is the editor-in-chief of PrivacyTools.io. I'm sure you've all heard of that website. And he's also a privacy researcher. So he's taken his time and his night to help us in this discussion. And he's going to be sharing his thoughts with all of you guys. And this is Sean. You might remember him also. We've done a call with Sean in the past. It was amazing. He is the founder of the Yale Privacy Lab. He's a principal researcher, digital security lab at ExpressVPN. And he's also a former lecturer in cybersecurity at Yale University. So we're very honored to have you with us today, Sean.
Happy to be here.
Yep, thanks for being on. My name is Henry. I'm the owner of Techlore. We are trying to spread privacy and security to the masses, and this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time to bring different people together. And I'm just thrilled because these are people that I've been chatting with for a long time, and now we actually get to have all these people come together for a conversation to hopefully bring some new thoughts to you, the viewer, and you guys will be able to learn some fun stuff along the way.
Everybody knows that like COVID brought everyone online for most things, and we were not prepared, and companies were definitely not prepared. Like Zoom, for instance, real people had like real firsthand experiences to like hacking, which may have not happened pre-COVID. And what I mean by that is like before Zoom, you get like a physical piece of mail in the copy in the mail saying like, you've got hacked, which is like Target, has hacked you. And so here's what you need to do with your credit card information. But like Zoom bombing might have been like the average Joe's first hand experience to hackers, though I wouldn't necessarily call them hackers because they were kind of just brute forcing their way in there. But it was affecting everyone's like meetings and classes. And so I would say that like some good came from that.
So I personally don't consider users responsible for their own privacy. Technology is so complex these days that you can't possibly really ask from a user to really choose their own tools. Take the WhatsApp's new privacy policy, for example. Some people are very freaking out about it and moving to Signal, while others don't really bat an eye about it. So why should someone trust Signal more than WhatsApp? Signal is end-to-end encryption, WhatsApp is end-to-end encryption. For an end user, everything is the same. And you simply cannot let them learn the expertise needed to really understand the differences. So I do think we have, as a society, have the burden to teach others.
I think this sort of dovetails a little bit with the previous question in the sense that perception is really important here. As you stated, WhatsApp has been doing what they've been doing for a long time. Since the Facebook acquisition, it was obvious there would be some folding in of that product to Facebook's. And now suddenly the public's aware, so things are a little different, right? But end-to-end encryption, obviously there's been attempts by multiple governments, but the United States government most notably, to undermine or put in backdoors or solve what they call the going dark problem in intelligence circles, where there is a stated fear that communications are going to go dark and therefore can't be surveilled, and therefore law enforcement is going to be impossible.
All right, so I definitely think this is more idealistic, but shooting for the moon always places you among the stars, so it's something we should strive for nevertheless. We're never going to reach perfect privacy. Sometimes it's because there's a tool that we need. Sometimes it's a tool that okay, I've weighed all of the pros and the cons, and yeah, I'm just going to go with the easier to use service. And there's things about that are fine. So while absolute privacy is not attainable, we should strive to do the best we can, choose which privacy battles we win, which privacy battles we lose, weighing the options and the user friendliness accordingly.